Hey, welcome everyone in this new video tutorial about Diablo dungeon generation. In this video we are going to add extra connections to our tiles, which means we're going to check if two tiles are nearby each other but are not connected with each other. If to demonstrate what I want to say, if we increase the number of tiles to 10 for instance, and then if we hit play, we realize we only have corners and corridors, and that's because we are only connecting the main layout with each other, which means we place a tile, then we connect it with the previous one, etc., etc., and that only connects tiles, that only give tiles two connections. So in this video we're going to make it so this tile, for instance, detects that it has a corner above him and it creates a connection to it. So we're going to check that real quick. We're going to open up our level generator, and when we're generating the tile layout, after that we're going to generate extra connections. So we're going to call our function, our newly created function right now, generating extra connection. What do we want to do here? We actually want to look through our tiles, and we want to find out if two tiles are nearby each other but aren't connected. So how do we do that? I think we are looping through all of them, and then what are we doing? What can we do? We have an array of vector, and we also have, okay, I think we want to find out if around this position there is a tile. We can make some categories here to find out, if to better see what's going on here. Find random valid tile. Why am I on connection matching? I don't know why. Find random valid tile. This is finding a random valid tile in an array, so I guess that is a utility function. Connect tiles. This is about the 2D array. This is about the layout. We'll say set connections enable. This is about the layout as well. Revert cardinal. This is a utility function. Find random valid tile is actually about the layout as well. No, I mean that's a utility function. Get tile class. This is about the layout because this is doing a lot more stuff than just a simple utility function. The debug is a utility function. The debug direction as well. Our connection matching as well. And we want to loop through. Where were we? We were generating extra connections. And what we want to say here, we want to say, is the tile above that used? Is the tile around that used? Find tiles around a location, a vector 2D. This is going to take a location, and this is going to return an array. This is going to be a pure function. This is going to return an array of vectors, not a map, an array. This is going to be called return value. We're going to promote that to a local variable, temp array. Temp locations. Find tiles around, find locations around. So this is going to basically this is going to be to build an array. I want that to have 0 locations. Yes. I basically want to build an array composed of 4 values. So I want to take the values above, to the west, to the north, etc., etc. So I want to do that. Let's connect that with each other. I want to find the northern tile, then I want to find the southern location. I want to find the eastern location and the western location, and it's returning me the location. And then what I want to do is I want to do another function like this, find tiles around. This is basically going to return an array of tile information. And then, do I want that? No, I want that to return. I don't want to do that like this. So going back to our generate extra coordinates, extra connections, we want to find location around that. We want to loop through the locations. And we want to say, is the tile at this, or is the location used by a tile? If it is used by a tile, we're going to ask our tiles connected. This is going to return a boolean, a simple boolean. So we want to ask, is tile used? Both are vector 2Ds. So we want to ask, is the tile being used, is connected to the tile we are looping to? If they are not connected, we want to connect them. Here, connecting needs to know from what cardinal points it's being connected by, and how do we know that? Maybe location around should return an array of locations and cardinal points you're coming from. That way we could tell him from what cardinal point we're coming from. I think that's what we need to do, but in order to do that we need to build a new utility structure called, so we're going in our content browser, blueprint structure, creating a S tile around. This is going to be a vector 2D. Oh, actually, can we do that another way? Can we? No, we cannot. So this is going to be a vector 2D and a cardinal point. This is going to be the tile position. And this is going to be our cardinal point, the cardinal point we are coming from. If that's right, that's what we need. If I'm correct, that's what we need here. So we are connecting the first tile to the second from the north. And this is going to return us, yep, going north, going south. Yep, that's what we want. That's what we want. So find a location around. Temp location will actually be an array of tile around. We're going to change that variable type. It's going to turn everything red, but we do not care for now. We want to get that. We want to add an array of that. We want to make that. Actually, that's pretty. What I'm doing is pretty silly. I'm trying to make that function return where I'm coming from to get that here. But here I have two tiles, and I could just build a function that tells me, build a function that takes two tiles as parameter and tells me where that comes from. I think that's what I'm going to do instead of doing what I just did. I'm going to hit Control Z and up to, yep. I'm going to hit compile, I'm going to save, I'm going to delete style around, and actually I'm going to build a new function telling me where am I coming from. That's going to take two parameters, two vector, to the from tile to tile. This is going to be a pure function returning a cardinal point. And this is going to be much better because I'm also going to use that function to return the coming from cardinal here instead of returning the cardinal from the find random next location. And then, so where am I coming from? This is basically going to reduce one tile, one position to the other. I'm going to break that. I'm going to say if that's equals 1 and 0, I'm coming from north. And then I'm going to do that for each of the cardinal points. We're going to do that real quick. So the south, the east, and the west. So if this is equal, my bad. So this only works with tiles that are next to each other. If the difference here is greater than that, then this, I'm going to do that differently. So it always gives us the right. What I mean by that is if I'm asking if this tile is where am I coming from this tile to this tile, using one values, it's not going to work because this tile is 2 greater than this tile in the y value. So I think I just need to say here is the x greater than 0. I'm coming from north. Is the x inferior to 0? I'm coming from south. And then this is also only going to work with tiles that are on the same row or the same column, because if I have a tile like this and I'm coming from here and I'm asking where am I I'm coming from here, and then I'm here, and I want to know where am I coming from. It can't tell me. This function cannot tell me. So that's not the best function we built so far, but it's going to do the trick. It's going to do the trick for what we need, I believe. We make sure we don't make mistakes here. We're going to double check afterwards if that everything is correct. So if we're reducing the first tile from the second, so basically we're saying we're coming from this tile and we're going here, so this is 0 0, this is 1 0. So if 0 0 minus 1 0, 0 0 minus 1 0, this gives us minus 1 0. So are we coming from north? Now we are not. Are we coming from south? Yeah, we are coming from south. Let's wonder. I'm here, I'm 1 0, and this is 1 1. 1 1. Oh, I'm sorry, I was working with this window. First example I gave is I was coming from here to there, so here is 0 0, here is 1 0, and now I'm trying to do 1 0 from 1 1. So 1 0, oh, this is lagging as hell. 1 0 to 1 1. 1 0 to 1 1. What does it gives us? It gives us 0 minus 1. So this is not true. This is not true. This is not true. This is true. We are coming from the west. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. So the function seems to be working quite well. So we are going back to our generate extra connection layer function. I mean, we're going to drag and drop where am I coming from function. We're going to pin that. And we want to connect. What tile do we want to connect? Here, I'm a bit lost with all the wires. So I'm making some space in here. So I can better see what's going on. And I can clearly see there is a mistake in what I did, I believe. Because I'm not going from that tile to this tile, I'm going from this to there. Is this tile connected to this one? Yes, it is. I'm coming from that tile to this tile. And then I also want to go to my generate layout function, and I want to what do I want to do here? I want to delete that function. I want to go to find random next location. I want to remove that output. Well, actually, no, I don't want to do that. It's a neat function, and it's silly to break it. So let's go back to our generate extra connection function. And here we want to do are tiles connected. Now, this is the remaining piece we need. We are looping through our tiles, all tiles we have. We are finding location around these tiles. We are finding out if this tile is used. If it is, we are finding out if both tiles are connected. If they are not connected, we connect them through the direction I'm coming from. So our tiles connected. How do we do that? We need to know where we come from. We need to find the tile, and we need to ask it, is the direction we are coming from is open? Quite easy actually. And if I'm hitting play, it does not work because we have generated a layout that is quite silly with only corridors. So I'm a bit sad. Yeah. Better. Better. So it seems to be working right away. So we have 3 ways, we have 4 ways now. We have quite a different layout that we had previously. It's quite nice. Quite nice. Okay, this is going to wrap up that video. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!